Hey everybody, Christy Birchville here. We are on day 8 of our Avoiding the Roller Coaster series, and we're talking today about Judges chapter 8. Now, as we read Judges chapter 8, we see kind of the continuation of the battle, right? Gideon's been routing all of the people, and we go through, and he continues, he's victorious, and gets to the very end, and ultimately Gideon dies, and they finish the story, and they keep moving on, right? And what you see is that the people of Israel, in verse 33, no sooner had Gideon died than the Israelites again prostituted themselves to the Baals. They set up Baal-berith as their god. Right back at it. They had been following God like they were supposed to while Gideon was there. Gideon was kind of that mentor. Now granted, Gideon wasn't perfect, and he did several things here in this chapter that were not great, that he shouldn't have done, that caused problems for the people of Israel later. But what I want us to focus on is sometimes we set people up as examples and we try to follow them. But if we don't think they're looking, or if we don't think that they're around, or if we don't think they can see something, then we'll do whatever we want. We have to be really, really careful not to think that somebody else is going to do our Christian work and Christian obedience for us. The people of Israel seem to think, oh yeah, Gideon's got that whole thing. He's got it. It's good. And they just let him do that. And then when he wasn't there anymore, they're like, yeah, well, we'll just do our own thing now. And they weren't ever really personally invested in it. It was all about Gideon. Well, it's important to make sure that we have role models and examples and people that we can follow in our lives to give us encouragement in that. It's important to remember God is the only perfect example. Jesus Christ is the only perfect example. We can't try to emulate anybody else besides him. So it becomes about being focused on him and how he is working and moving in our lives. That's where we need to be. If we're going to avoid that roller coaster, we can have other believers that we admire and we look up to, but our sole example must be Jesus Christ. Other people eventually are either going to not be there anymore, or Jesus is always there. We can't be like the people of Israel here who just as soon as Gideon died, jumped ship and ran to something else. That doesn't help anything either. So what does that mean for you? Who do you need to say, I appreciate you, but I need to build my own relationship with Jesus Christ directly? How is that going to look in your life today?